when you go through tough times in life, it's really easy for your mind to wander and not focus on the present moment. Focus on today, the present minute. It's so easy for us to wander into the future and think about all the things you're going to do once this obstacle's finished. I'll give you an example. When I was 15, I got sent away to live in the wilderness for 6 months, and I was dreading the thought of it because all the instructors at this camp that I was staying in with, like 70 other boys in 8 different houses, it just I just couldn't imagine it being home, being away from home so long, and just living with all these rowdy boys and doing all the stuff like hiking, mountain climbing, kayaking, sailing, and cooking and cleaning after myself, and just having to like just survive there. You know, these boys were rough, and it was like some days it was like a struggle. Like every day, like we get into fights, we get bullied, we bully each other. You know, every now and again, like some kid breaks an arm. And I was thinking, man, I just want to get out of here. And I used to focus on the future. I used to focus on what I'm going to do when I get out of there. And it was crazy, guys. Like, they expect you to be up by 6 o'clock every morning. And the camp, it was right next to a river. So you can imagine like a winter's morning in New Zealand where like the frost is out and it's just freaking cold. If you're late by like a minute, the teachers would make you go by the river, strip you in your underwear, and just make you hop in, and you have to be wet. Your whole body has to be wet. And these teachers, they were pretty ruthless because they used to be in the army. And I was wondering, man, is this stuff even ethical? Like to do this to kids? But when I look back on it now, it was tough. It was really tough. Like it was brutal sometimes. Like I'd try to stay out of trouble. I'd make sure like no one tried to bash me up or all that kind of stuff. And when I look back on it now, I realize that I grew up really soft, and these teachers are just trying to make me a tougher person. They're trying to harden me up because our generation, to be honest, is really like wussified. There's no like masculinity is dead. They're trying to do all this shit. Like all this PC stuff and saying like, oh, girls have just as much testosterone as guys, and girls are just like as strong as guys. When biologically, it's all bullshit. But anyway, I realized that we were soft, and these teachers were just trying to help us, like become better men. And when I was there, I didn't really appreciate like all the awesome things I was doing. I was just concentrating on getting the fuck out of there and thinking what I'm gonna do when I'm out. And when I look back on it now, it's probably the best 6 months of my life, the best times of my life, maybe. I thought about it. I saw these awesome sights in New Zealand. I climbed all these mountains in the snow. I camped out in the wilderness. I spent 48 hours by myself. Like built my own shelter out of tarpaulin and like a shoelace, and I could survive. I could find myself out of the forest, and I could do all this like crazy shit when I was only 14 years old. I could lead like a group in and out of the forest, use a radio, know how to survive. And think about it now, and I feel really privileged to be able to go to that camp. And to be quite honest with you, it was the best 6 months of my life. Like probably even better than Japan. Japan's probably the second best thing that's ever happened to me. Like on a growth kind of thing. Like like how do I say, like a self improvement thing. Man, it's been a long day. You guys get what I mean. It was probably the best thing that happened to me, like going to this camp. And and when I think about it now, like I wrote a diary and I used to read like, oh man, this sucks. I want to get out of here. And I thought about it. Damn, it was like the best time of my life, and I wouldn't give the world for anything. I would never trade that experience for anything in the world. So I don't see that with a lot of people in Japan. Like my kind of mentality I had when I was there, when I was going through university. You see it with people in Japan, and they just want to get the hell out of here. They just count down the days and just stay in the apartment, play video games without really experiencing this massive opportunity that's been given to them. Everyone can't come and live here and live this life. Like this ALT teaching gig, it's cruisy as hell. It's the cruisiest job I ever had in my life. There's hardly any stress, and these people just want to sit at home and think about the future the whole time, and just let this experience just go to waste by sitting at home or not doing shit. If you come here, you got this massive opportunity. You got to make the most of it. Go out in nature, go see some sights. You know, make some stories, make some memories. Make some stories that you can tell your grandchildren one day. And it doesn't matter where you are, like wherever you are, be in the moment. Be just like aware of like what you're going through, and it could be like a really interesting thing one day.